Hello everyone, today's lecture shall focus on the critics and fissures of Philippine popular culture. We have three main concepts under this, which are the LGBTQ culture in the Philippines, Marxism and popular culture, and psychoanalysis and popular culture. Let's take the first one, which is the LGBTQ culture in the Philippines. Before anything else, let us define what LGBTQ stands for. It stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer. In other words, this particular social group represents the members of the society who identify themselves as members of the third sex. In the Philippines and all over the world, we often associate the rainbow with the LGBTQ culture. There have been some ways in which lesbians, gays, and queers have understood and negotiated the pleasures and affirmations as well as the disappointments of mass culture. Undeniably, they have been praised, but then again, they have been heavily criticized as well because there are still members of the society who are not that 100% open to recognizing the rights of these people belonging to the LGBTQ culture. In fact, one unfortunate event in the Philippines happened just last June 26, wherein police arrest protesters during the Pride March in Manila. So this only implies that up until now, there's still a lot of struggles being faced by members of the LGBTQ community just to get the affirmation or the acceptance of the people. Indeed, the community's struggle for acceptance is far from over. One positive note would be the say of Pope Francis on same-sex union. It is an indication that at least our society in general is gradually accepting and recognizing that members of the LGBTQ community have or should enjoy the equal rights that straight people enjoy. The next topic is Marxism and popular culture. So let's review what Marxism is all about. So basically, it highlights the social classes in our community, the upper class, the middle class, and the lower class. So Marxism has been identified as both a concept and ideology which cannot be separated from pop culture because it is what we observe up until now in our society. Nonetheless, it is highly being criticized for instilling false consciousness in the minds of the Filipinos, especially to the younger generation. What do I mean by that? Take for instance, social institutions like the mass media and the social media as well play a key role in ensuring the working class remains happy with their situations. However, there are still some challenges associated with this, such as Marxism has been related to an ideology identifying lies, deceptions, and misinformation to the people in order to maintain a state of false consciousness. So what are illustrations of these in today's society? First would be the proliferation of false news all over social media. Take note, a lot of people are very vulnerable, are very gullible when it comes to believing the things that they read or watch in media or in social media. They easily get influenced, not knowing whether these are even based on facts. The next one and the last one is the psychoanalysis and popular culture. Psychology authors believe that we build our identities in relation to other identities circulating in our culture, and these are issues such as sexism, racism, and classism. So according to them, This hereby creates painful individual and relational states of being. Why? It has a deeper damage when it comes to the individual or to the victim. It does not only leave an affective damage, but it goes straight to the minds of the people. It affects their overall mindset and they carry it up until they grow old. Basically, this is very timely because we see a lot of new vocabulary nowadays, especially in the Philippines, such as misogyny. Misogyny means the dislike of, contempt for, or ingrained prejudice against women. And it is associated with sexism, which refers to prejudice, stereotyping, or discrimination, typically against women on the basis of sex. We tend to belittle the capabilities and the abilities of women because some people are still having this old-fashioned mindset. It is such a sad state that there are still some people who practice this. The issue here is that we have to be more sensitive in what we post, in what we broadcast, in what we utter through social media and through the media in general. So what now is the point of this lecture? We have to focus on the importance of media literacy in general. We have to debunk racist, classist, and misogynistic media depictions often shown in contemporary popular culture. A lot of music videos portray women as sex objects. They are either clad in skimpy clothing or their actions, their dances, the choreography is a bit insulting to women. Okay? Even in the news, in filmed entertainment, advertising, and television. That's why I appreciate the advertising campaign of Dove, which highlights real beauty. So accordingly, beauty comes in all shades, all shapes, and all sizes. And that is something positive to note, especially that we have a very judgmental society. Okay, so that would be all for my lecture. Thank you for listening.